Hey, what is going on? Winners, butt kickers, champions in life. Vincent Rose here, H2G Fitness, coming to you from my bedroom at the moment. It is a Saturday right now, and Saturday number 6. And I am sitting here messaging back and forth with some clients, doing what I normally do in the mornings. I'm drinking some coffee. I'm messaging back and forth with clients. They're doing their whole weigh-in deal and messaging me their food from the day before and all this kind of jazz. And I'm plugging everything into spreadsheets, looking at their numbers. What are their caloric amounts, carbs, fats, and proteins from day to day? How is their weight responding from that from day to day? Some of them, if it's on their, day number, every 10 days I have people take pictures and measurements. So for some people, I'm plugging those in and seeing how many inches they've dropped and all this kind of stuff. And it's always fun, especially when you're working with the volume of people that I'm working with, because there's always tons of success going on all the time. No matter what, there's going to be tons of people losing inches, dropping weight, all this kind of stuff, and their belief level is through the roof. And then there's always another group of people that their weight is staying the same, their inches are staying the same, their pictures are staying the same, and they're at a plateau, right? They're in a point in time where things aren't going the way that they want. And it's never because, well, I shouldn't say it's never because they're doing something wrong, because sometimes it is. But more often than not, their body is just caught on to what it is that we're doing. It's used to it's adapted to the amount of food that they're eating. It's adapted to the amount of activity that they are doing, and their body is not responding anymore. And it's called a plateau. And there's nothing fun about it. It's never a pleasant place to be. But here's the thing: expect that they're going to come. Understand it's not your fault and you didn't do anything wrong, and know that you can get past it, right? Plateaus aren't permanent. It's just a passing through point. You didn't start doing something wrong, and that's the reason that you're not getting results. It's just that you have a metabolism that is highly adaptive. Our bodies prefer to store fat and not burn it, and therefore, what works for a period of time, your body will eventually grow accustomed to, and it will stop producing changes, and it's a survival thing, right? It naturally, some people have the genetics and the metabolism that they can walk around lean year round, and they don't have to work hard for it at all. They don't do cardio. They don't watch what they eat, and they're just naturally lean people. These people do exist, and if that is you, kudos to you, but I'd still, like to either kick you in your shin or, I'd be totally okay with knowing that you stubbed your toe twice a day for every day for the rest of your life. Because I'm nothing but jelly over here. I wish I could stay lean year round effortlessly, but that's not the cards that I or most people, it's not the cards that most of us were dealt, right? But some of you guys are able to pull that off. But that being said, if you do have a normal or average metabolism, or if you just have a crappy metabolism, that's a whole other video I need to do. Some people were dealt the card of just having a very weak metabolism genetically. It doesn't mean you can't achieve your fitness goals. It doesn't mean that you can't get lean. It doesn't mean you can't form or grow muscle. It just means you have to work harder than everyone else on the planet to accomplish these goals. It doesn't mean they're unachievable. It just means you have to work harder. And it is what it is. It's just something that you have to accept and overcome. There's some people that have no problem storing fat. They're very efficient at it. And that being said, they're still able to take it off. They just have to be a heck of a lot more, have their brain in the game and be on point in order to get the same results that somebody that never does cardio, eats cheeseburgers every day of their life and stays lean, right? It's not fair, but either way, the point, you can achieve your goals either way. I'm running in circles here. But back to plateaus. It's not your fault. It's not your fault you hit a plateau unless you've just quit tracking your foods and you stopped doing the things that you know that you need to be doing. If you've let your hand off the plow and you've plateaued, yeah, it's your fault. And I mean, that can happen if you mentally check out, right? If you just stop being dialed in and start being slack in the things that were getting you results, and you just quit doing the things that got you to where you were, then yeah, you'll plateau and it's totally your fault, and it's no big deal. You just need to kick yourself in the pants and get up and start doing what you need to do again. However, you might be checking all the boxes. You might be tracking your calories. You might be tracking your carbs, fats, and protein. You might be doing your 20 to 30 or 40 minutes of cardio a day. You might be doing your 45 minutes to an hour of resistance training every single day. And you're on par 7 days out of 7. You're not sneaking treat meals in, none of that kind of stuff. You are firing on all cylinders, and you stop getting results. And it stinks, right? However, it's overcomable. When this happens, this is kind of the added benefit, I guess, of having a coach, because you can have somebody that's looking at it objectively, and I have no emotion attached to somebody's numbers, and I can just go do this, 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 and this, and we'll smash their plateau. Whenever you're plateaued and you don't have somebody guiding you with your numbers and your cardio and your resistance training and all this kind of fun stuff, it can be a little bit more challenging because your emotion, right, is attached to it. So, but I mean, either way you can do it. But here's the thing. When you find yourself in the land of the plateaued, right, here's all you got to do. Pay attention to what I call the math that you are currently following. Math, to me, is how many carbs, fats, and protein are you eating a day? And there's a caloric amount that's attached to that. So you could say how many calories are you eating a day, but I like to get a lot more specific. And pay attention, how many carbs, how many fats, how many protein am I eating a day, every day? And if I've stopped responding at that number, which one of those things do I want to tweak? Do I want to tweak my carbohydrate? If I do, I'll get results. Do I want to tweak my fats? If I do, I'll get results. Do I want to tweak my protein? Probably not. I'd get results, but then I sacrifice possibly losing muscle, so it's probably going to be carbs or fats. If I'm going to dork with the math, it's probably going to be the carbs or fats that are going to take a hit, as opposed to the protein. And if I don't want to tweak my food, then I have to consider tweaking my activity. Do I want to add an extra, 10 minutes of cardio a day to my current regimen? If I'm doing 30, is it worth doing 40 to me? Which would I rather do? Would I rather eat 25 grams of carbohydrates less than what I'm eating? I'm at 175 a day. Would I be comfortable eating 150 a day? Or I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio a day. Would I be comfortable doing 40 a day? Or you could do 35 or whatever it might be. But these are just examples of things that you can do. And here's what happens. It's try, fail, adjust, right? I'm at a plateau and nothing's working. I tweak my carbs, bam, my weight starts dropping again and the plateau is broken. Or I drop my carbs and I stay plateaued. It happens. At that point, okay, do I want to tweak my fats? Drop the fats a little bit. Bam, plateau is broken. Awesome. Or you drop your fats a bit and you just stay where you're at. You stay plateaued. Or I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio a day. I'll do 35 minutes of cardio a day and bam, plateau is broken. Or you add in the extra cardio and you stay exactly where you're at. And at this point, you just start playing with stuff. You figure out places that you can dork with the math. And by math, it's either extra energy that you're going to be exerting through the form of resistance training or cardio, or it's extra energy that you are no longer consuming in the form of calories. And if you are tracking all of this stuff, and if you are mentally dialed in, there's no plateau that you can't overcome. Whole purpose for this is there's been 2 people right now that have just broken through plateaus, and they were plateaued for a while, and it wasn't necessarily their faults. We just had to figure out what we needed to tweak in order to do it. And sure enough, we analyzed the math, we tweaked the math, we changed the math, and they executed the plan. Plateau broken, baby. And they feel like $1 million right now, and it is awesome. So, sorry for this being so long-winded, but it's important, because this is not something of if you will go through, it's when you will go through. You will plateau, and you will plateau over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life in the pursuit of your fitness goals. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to gain muscle, lose body fat, increase strength, increase stamina and endurance, you will hit plateaus. And at that point, it is just analyzing what needs to be changed to break through it. But know that you can break through it, and it's not that big of a deal. Just hang tough. So hopefully this helped, guys. With that, Vincent Rose, H2G Fitness, the future is bright, something good is happening. This video helped you in any way, shape, or form, and you would like to like and or share it. Won't be mad at you at all. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'll encourage you to do so. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, any of these things, comment section down below. With that, you guys take care. Over and out. Be blessed.